When we were doing the motions of a rigid body, we saw that there is either a translational motion, this is called pure translation, okay, or there is rotational motion, okay. Now there comes a mixture of the two. What is a rotational motion? What should be a pure rotation? What is a pure rotation? When the axis of rotation does not move. You understand? When the axis of rotation does not move, that will be called a pure rotation. Okay? So it is called a pure rotation when the axis of rotation doesn't move. Okay, the axis of rotation is not moving. So for example, this ceiling fan, what is happening to it? The axis of rotation is stuck there. No, otherwise you would have seen it moving on the ceiling. No, it is not. So it is stuck there at one place. It is stuck, and since the axis of rotation is fixed, it is not moving. It is a pure rotation. You can now understand. If the axis of rotation is fixed, obviously it cannot undergo any translation. No, it cannot undergo any translation. For example, this is a pen, okay, and what is the axis? Maybe the symmetrical axis is this longitudinal axis, like that. Now I say it won't move from here. Obviously, you will not be able to undertake a translational motion. If it is moving like this, it is a translation. If it is moving like this, it is a translation. Now what happens? If it is translating, the axis is also moving. Is it not? The axis which was a straight line here, that has come here. Now I say it won't move. So obviously you have killed all the possibilities of any translational motion. Now what happens? The only motion that it can undergo is rotational. So for a pure rotation, the axis of rotation has to be fixed. Now what happens? I can put it in the third one, or this. There can be a combination of translation and rotation. Now let us see what is a translational motion. So okay, this block, this is going like that. This is a pure translation.
Wheel.
Hmm?
Wheel of a car.
What, wheel of a car? No, it's not pure translation.
Translation plus rotation.
Now rotational. Say I have a cylinder, okay, and this is rotating about this line. This is fixed. So this is pure rotation. What is translational plus rotational? So you have a cylinder or a sphere and it rolls down. No? It rolls down. If it does not roll, it simply skids. What happens? It is translation. If it was not rolling, then even this sphere, if you left it from here and it without rolling, it skids. That is a pure translation. If it starts rotating, then and then only it is rotation. And now what happens? What happens here about the axis of rotation? Say if it is moving like this, then the axis of rotation is also moving. Is it not? Now the moment the axis of rotation starts moving, the motion becomes translational as well as rotational. when the axis of rotation starts moving, the motion is called translational plus rotational. We understand that? So here what is happening? The axis of rotation itself is moving, right? Okay. Now it may so happen that the axis of rotation itself moves. The axis of rotation moves, but it passes through one fixed point. Now that looks something that is kind of strange, but it is not. You have seen such motions. So say we have a top. We have a top. I don't know if it is symmetrical. No. So okay. You must have played with the top, no? Say something like this and this and this. It's not. And what happens? So this tip is steady at a point, and the whole top. So it is steady at a point, and the top starts going like that. That is more prominent when it is going to stop. It starts moving like this, and this will remain fixed. So what has happened? The axis of rotation itself is moving, but it is passing through a fixed point here on the ground. Many a times that point is not fixed, it keeps on moving here and there also. But many a times you will see that it gets stuck at a point, and though it starts taking this kind of motion. Okay? Or you must have seen table fans. Okay? So I don't know how to draw that. Okay, and whatever is there, and it's kind of this, and you start its rotational feature, right? It starts rotating like that. The pedestal fans.
Swing.
You put it on swing. Now what happens? This what is the axis of rotation? That spindle about which the fan is moving. The spindle about which the fan is moving, and what happens? That passes through a fixed point, which is somewhere here. Is it not? The whole body moves, but that one point remains constant. No? And that lies on this rod, which actually is there, right? You understand it? This kind of motion, where a moving axis of rotation passes through a fixed point, is called precession. The motion in which a moving axis of rotation passes through a fixed point is called precession. I do not know if it has been taught to you in geography. The motion of our earth is actually a precession. Okay, what happens? You have this sphere, this is this, and our earth goes on like that. So this point remains fixed, and this keeps on, currently it keeps on tilting. Currently it is at how many, 23.5 degrees or 22.5 degrees, right? 22.5 degrees, right? It's always not so it will start doing like that, starts going like that, you know. The motion of our earth is not constant. Currently it is like that, but it's not bound to be like that. It will start doing like this, you know. Slowly this moves, and this point, the center of the earth, remains fixed. So many a times you must have heard that the motion of our earth, there is a precession. But that is a hardcore technical physics term, and maybe perhaps geography people will not be able to even tell you what it means, but it means exactly this. No, you people have not heard that the motion is a precession. Earth's motion is a precessional motion. Okay? Earth's motion is a precession. Okay? Do we understand? So what is our conclusion? We say that if the axis of rotation is fixed, axis of rotation is absolutely fixed, then what is the motion that is allowed? Pure rotation, that's all. If axis of rotation not fixed, what happens? It can undergo translation or translation plus rotation. So it can undergo translation or translation plus rotation. The concept, the whole definition of translation becomes very, very important. That you'll understand very shortly. Okay? Okay? So these are the types of motion. We understand under what conditions they are possible, under what conditions they are not. We know their definitions, right? Now we move ahead.